What's good, everybody? Welcome to Ep.4 of Big Play Small Talk. It's your boy, Jesse.
And it's Billy.
Today's October 16th, 2024, and boy, has it been a crazy, crazy week in New York sports. Good news is we got you covered. We got a great list of topics. We're going to start with the NFL, head over to some basketball, and with some ALCS, NLCS baseball, and whatever in between all that. Believe me, we got you covered on a bunch of great topics today.
Let's get it started, brother. What are we starting with?
Let's start with a little football, right? All right. Fair enough. So let's talk about...
Hold on, let me cut you off there.
Sure.
So before football, let's talk about before the games even started. Right. And I think it was Thursday night, I seen your boy Malik Neighbors at a Travis Scott concert.
Yeah, everybody had their little panties in a bunch about the whole thing. I can understand. I've been to a lot of concerts. You've been to a lot of concerts with me. If you're not standing next to a speaker, if you're not right there, especially outdoors at MetLife, it's not going to make a difference.
Now, I don't know, because Travis Scott has a lot of lights and flames. Does that fuck with your head too?
Oh, you're talking about visuals.
Visuals too. I don't know. I never had a concussion.
Me either.
But to actually go to a show and see his flames and everything like that, does that mess with your mental?
Is it? I think you are sensitive to light when you have a concussion, right?
I don't know. I'm not.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if it does, see, the thing is, if he does have a concussion, if he is looking at lights, is it going to make the concussion worse? Or is it something like a pain that he has to deal with or a discomfort that he has to deal with? I doubt if it's going to be a setback in the concussion.
Maybe a setback. Maybe.
I think the sound would be more of a thing than the lights.
I don't know. I never played with concussion.
He didn't play.
Yeah, he didn't play.
He didn't play, and I didn't like the fact that he didn't play.
And then what he was, like you said, what he was wearing.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that he don't wear any Giants gear on the sideline, man.
And then he had to know the cameras on him too, and he was texting on his phone.
I don't like any of that. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of any of that.
But I feel like that's the day and age of like these kids nowadays. Yeah. They're not men yet. I feel like these guys are still young and they're kids and they're still acting like that way.
It's got to be like, what, 21? If that? When I was 21, I was wilding out.
I was a jackass. Yeah.
When we were 21, we were wilding out. You know what I mean? But when you're making that much money, you're in the spotlight, you're a high draft pick, you're on concussion protocol, I think maybe a little professional. And there's nothing that the team could tell them. The team can't be like, you can't go to the Travis Scott concert.
Yeah.
They could suggest it, but I doubt they could tell him he can't go. You know what I mean? And then Dable was a little upset about it because they asked Dable about it. He said, I'm going to keep that in-house.
Okay.
You know,
professional.
He kept it professional, but you could tell by his demeanor he was not happy about it. And I don't blame him.
But on Sundays, you should act more professional and be dressed in like your jersey or a sweatshirt or something.
I agree.
A beanie. He was wearing, I think it was all Crown stuff or something. I think the guy who owned Crown, I think, shouted him out. He's like, yo, that's way better. I'm like, come on, man.
There's a lack of professionalism there.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I hope the thing is a lack of leadership in the locker room. You don't have that OG in the Giants locker room, that wide receiver that been in the league for a long time to be like, yo, listen, youngster, there's kind of a way we carry ourselves. Yeah. You want to last...
Especially the Giants.
Exactly. We have a lack of leadership there, you know? Especially on the receiving core. Mm-hmm. Everybody's young. Slayton's young. Wan'Dale Robinson's young. We have nobody there. Even if we had somebody like Mike Williams, to use him as an example, come in, played the league, played alongside Keenan Allen, learned a lot from him, something that he could bring to the locker room, you know? We don't have that, so you got to expect him. Dable is probably going to get a little upset because he's like, I might lose this kid. You know what I mean? I don't want to let him stray too far. But also, you are the head coach of the New York Giants. Did you see that?
There was an Instagram meme. Did you see it? They're saying that skinny Dable now looks like Eminem. With his beard. And I looked at it again, and I'm like, yo, this is kind of good. He does look like a little...
You got to
lost some weight. Yeah, I got to find it again.
Oh, Zempic, we know. You know, Fat Joe
just admitted to it. I seen that, yeah.
Yo, keep it funky, bro.
Yeah.
I'm 2 cheeseburgers away from Ozempic myself, bro.
Oh, what about the chicken Big Mac, whatever they call it now?
I'm on my way. I got to try it. Let's not stray too far. I know Grimace, he's getting paid from all this. I saw something today. All right, we'll get to that later because I want to get your thoughts on that, which is a little crazy.
The billboard?
The billboard was crazy. Nasty work from McDonald's, bro. Nasty work. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Yeah, man. But the Giants, we lost. We could have beat the Bengals. Our defense is insane, bro. We have such a good defense. We need a quarterback bad.
Was it a positive win?
Was it a
A positive loss? I'm sorry, yeah. Is it like, you took a lot of positives out of it?
Yeah, of course. Our defense is stacked.
And you missed your field goal kicker too, right? You don't have Gano, right?
Yeah, I think we got Greg Zerline.
No, that's a Jets guy.
Joseph?
No, that's a Jets guy. He's
Greg
the one
Joseph.
who doinked it many a time.
I think we got Greg Joseph. I think there's 2 Gregs.
So I remember you were down 10 and you tried to kick that field goal and then...
It's like, and you know what? It's something that you know is going to happen. You know when you're watching the game and you're like, watch this motherfucker miss this field goal. And then he misses. You're not even surprised. You're like, typical fucking bullshit, bro. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. It's crazy. This is football. You get paid to kick a football. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's probably kids in college. I just watched the Pat McAfee show. A kid kicked the field goal, $100,000 in a pair of Vans.
I watched it the other day. And I was thinking too, I was like, I think that kid should have missed it because the next kid the week before, he missed it, and then they gave him, I think there was like $700,000 on the line. The kid that missed it the week before. So I feel like I missed it purposely, and then
what? These kids are 19 years old. You're giving them $700,000?
Oh, but no, it was, I think he got 200, and then his donations, like 500,000, went to whatever they donate to every week.
These fucking kids are going to be partying.
No, partying. They showed a meme too. Not a meme. They showed a kid after he won the taxes.
No, yeah?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh man, like, do you want it now or whatever?" So,
especially depending on where you live, like if you're in New York, bro. I'm
trying to think where that was, West Virginia or something. Forgot where.
He shouldn't get beat that bad. He shouldn't get beat that bad. Yeah, but you know what? It was a good. It was a positive loss, if you could even say that at this point, man. Like I said, I've been watching so much bad football when it comes to the Giants that if we have a decent game like that, I'm happy. I'm happy that the way the defense played. I'm trying to take away as many positives as possible. We have such a good game. Guess what? Thibs, Kayvon Thibodeau's the week before out with a surgery on his wrist, right? Then Andrew Thomas. What if not one of our studs, protecting Daniel Jones? Now he's out. So it's like, of course, it always happens. It's always we're playing good. Same thing happened with Saquon. We play running good. Same thing happens with Daniel Jones. We're running good. Injury. Always setback. Always a derailment. I'm used to it now as a Giant.
But that's a NFL in general. You know what I mean? You gotta get those injuries. Get the second guy up. The next man up. They gotta step up.
Next man up.
Especially the linemen and stuff like that. They go down so hard, and then you know what I mean.
Linemen and the Giants have been a problem since forever. It's just another obstacle. I didn't expect us to make the playoffs. But
division sucks right now.
It's so ass. It's so bad.
But at the same time, like, you do well in a division, and then you might ruin your chances at a quarterback for the draft.
But who is a decent quarterback in this draft coming up? That kid...
they ain't going to get the number one.
That's that kid Beck? Carson
Sanders.
Beck, I think his name is? Sanders, he's going to go number one.
You got these other kids. Urs, right?
Yeah, but why would we want to just put our fucking put our future on this other kid?
So this morning I seen the Giants should trade for the Rams quarterback.
Matt Stafford?
Yes.
The Giants are gonna call him, they're gonna get laughed at.
I heard I seen little rumbles about it on Twitter this morning. On X, X. That they should look him up, see if he's available.
I mean, I wouldn't oppose that, bro. He just won a Super Bowl a couple years ago. In LA, which is probably the hardest thing to do. You know what I mean? To win a Super Bowl in your home fucking stadium.
Because you guys are over Daniel Jones.
Are we ever? Yeah. Are we fucking ever?
But the week before he had a decent game, right?
But it's a decent game for Daniel Jones. You have Kirk Cousins throwing for 509 yards and fucking 4 or 5 touchdowns, right? At his age, we drafted him 6th, right? Daniel Jones, right? Mm-hmm. We gave him $200 million. And he can't complete a slant pass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We need a first down. We are terrible on third down. We have a quarterback that we gave all that money to and he can't convert a third down. Over him's an understatement, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just want a quarter. Then you look at what bugs me out, right? It makes me kind of look. Even the kid that's playing for what's this team? New Orleans, Spencer Rattler, whatever his. Spencer Rattler comes off the bench. He scores 27 points without Chris Olave. Yeah. What, like, and then I'm sitting here and I'm watching the Giants and I'm watching Daniel Jones and I'm like, just sad. Like, this is bullshit.
And the secondary on the Bengals is horrible.
Horrible, bro. Horrible. Can't complete a pass.
No.
Can't complete a pass. Can't complete a pass. But, like you said, the NFC East.
NFC least.
The NFC least, man, it's looking terrible up there. And, you know, your Eagles, bro. Man. That game against the Browns, bro.
Coming off a bye. Thinking to come out all fired up. We still haven't scored a first quarter point.
Really?
Yeah.
A.J. Brown did his thing.
Yeah.
Davante Smith caught that 46-yard touchdown. Amazing play. But, like, Saquon?
Yeah, the offensive line is letting him down right now, I think.
Yeah,
because look, he ran 18 rushes, 56 yards. It's a lot of touches.
That is a lot of touches.
I think it was averaging like 2.7 per touch. You know what I mean? That's
not good.
Yeah, so he's got to find the holes, or the holes ain't opening up. It was like the first time I actually watched the game.
Right.
Because they went on red zone, and I haven't seen a red zone game because they're never in the red zone. It's tough to watch them right now.
I mean, and then to get that win, did it feel good, or were you just like, what's your record if you don't mind me asking?
3-2.
Okay, so you're behind Washington.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
But it's not.
It's still wide open.
It is, but I don't want to win and not feel good. You know what I mean? It's an ugly win. It's like we played the Browns. And it's
Well, a win, I get it, but a win is a win. Yeah, whether it's ugly or not, you come out there with that W, that's all that matters in the long run.
We lost Mailata. He got hurt. He'd be out a couple of weeks. You know. And then Sirianni's chirping.
I honestly think that he has wild balls to be chirping back at the fans after the way he's been coaching that team.
He's got his Britney Spears moment going on right now. See, he shaved his head?
No.
He shaved his head.
When?
Before the game, I guess on the bye week. He came out during when they ran out the freaking locker, had the dungeon, whatever. Took his hat off. He shaved his head.
What the fuck?
He's doing all this weird shit that's, it's like the Britney Spears moment when she wasn't only missing is the umbrella. In the car, and the Escalade. Yeah. Chirping at fans. The fans chirped back. I mean, the guy actually went on Twitter and said, he was saying, oh, look what I did. But he was saying, like, run the ball and keep running the ball. We have our first run was 5 yards, and then you go and throw the ball the next run. Keep running the ball till it doesn't work.
Wow.
Yeah. Then he brings his kid to the freaking presser.
His kid?
He brought 3 kids to the presser.
For what? As like a distraction to the fact that he's been coaching so bad?
Yes. That's what everybody's saying, and I feel that's the same. That's what it was. You're not going to bully this guy if he has his kids all around him.
Of course. You're not going to actually be hard on him if he has his family around him. Nobody would actually do that.
It really feels like he did it. That's the reason he did it. I can't say he did it for a fact, but it definitely seems like he's trying to deflect. And people saying like, this ain't a Kellen Moore offense.
Right.
But it's not. Because Kellen Moore runs play action. This guy doesn't. We haven't run no play actions.
Do you think that Jalen Hurts is regressing as a quarterback?
It's tough. Like he's from the Super Bowl year, yes.
Right.
But like last year it didn't look good, and this year it looks a little better. But like I see his release points on his throws. The Super Bowl year, it was the most amazing thing I've seen somebody throwing a ball. It was just fluid, and everybody was on stride. Now it's kind of like, that's why I miss Shane Steichen.
Because he could just call it that way, right?
Now I feel like, now it's not the same. Everything feels forced. Like he's forcing it to Goddard when he's not hurt.
What happened to him? I saw he was out. Did he get knocked out?
He got knocked out the game. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Any update on him?
No, not from me. Because right now it's all about other sports. Right now, like week 6 going into week 7 or whatever.
Right. There's a lot of football left.
Exactly.
So you ain't really.
I'm not excited for what they're showing me.
They ain't showing much, but they're not showing much.
After a bye and only scoring 20 points against the Browns.
You got to be happy that you guys won and everybody else in the division lost, though.
Yeah, but what's their name? I want to say the Redskins, but they're not the Redskins no more. Commanders, that's it. I'm sorry.
Washington football team.
I like that one so much better.
That's so good.
Yeah, they lost to the Ravens, but it was a good battle. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that kid is that kid is so fucking good, yo. I can see why
you had a loss that wasn't so bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's also Joe Burrow. He's not playing fucking up to the way he has that wrist injury, right? He has a wrist injury that quarterbacks normally don't come back 100% from, and it affects the way you spin the football when you throw it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're
I like how you,
you gotta spin that shit when you fucking throw. You gotta release that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it affects. So like people are like, I don't know if it's gonna be the same Joe Burrow ever.
Well, week 1, remember he did that thing? He got sacked or something like that, and he was like, oh, what? I can't hold a water bottle.
Yeah,
it's
you saw that,
lingering.
Right?
It's still lingering.
It's gonna have to, bro. Yeah. I fucking forget about it. I hurt my knee and I'm down for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? With a twist. Yeah, man. But like you said, the NFC East is really wide open, bro. We should have been making trades. Well, not the Eagles, but the Giants should have been making trades for another receiver. Forget about the Jets. You know what I mean? But yeah, honestly, to speak about the Jets, number one, let's get to the Jets. Everybody that's been listening knows that. And I'm going to take my props right now. I've been calling the Robert Saleh firing since episode 1. I knew it was coming. Me and Billy knew it was coming. We spoke about it for 3 episodes in a row. And it happened.
Can I give you Bob Backlund?
Give me a little tap on the back for actually calling that. You know what I mean? And I actually called it. I knew it was going to happen. Aaron Rodgers definitely had something to do with it. He was like, nah, I didn't have nothing to do with it. We know you had something to do with it. Don't get insulted. Nathaniel Hackett still has a job. He's not calling plays. Why is he there if he's not calling plays and he still has a job? Because Aaron Rodgers was like, don't fire him.
He must have a great playbook.
The annexation of Puerto Rico?
You seen Adams showed up on his daily thing.
Oh, the Pat McAfee show, right? Yeah. He was in the building 10 minutes after the trade was announced. How does that happen?
He was already flying or some shit like that. They already said that. Like, he was already out that night.
You cannot believe everything that your man has a hamstring injury. He's out partying. All of a sudden, 15 minutes after the trade, he just so happens to be in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Come on, man. Like, yeah. That's all the injuries. That's how all these injuries
So he was just in the area of East Rutherford, New Jersey.
No, he took a red eye. That's what it's called, right? The red eye?
Nah, red eye's at night.
Yeah, the late night flight. He took the late night flight. The last flight leaving out of...
Tampering, and the NFL has to investigate. That's all I'm saying. Let's be real. I personally think that this trade is going to do nothing for the Jets. Their offensive line is hot garbage. Aaron Rodgers is 40-something years old, getting chased out of the pocket. He has no time to throw the football. At his age, he should at least have 2.5 to 3 seconds to throw the football. That pocket is collapsing in a second and a half. You can't expect him to run. He runs. And every time he does it, I'm like, yeah. Score one for us old folk.
Let me tell you something. You said, like, he made a pass the other day, and, like, it's not talked about enough.
I'm listening.
It was that 25-yard pass to Alan Lazard. It went, the freaking linebacker, the safety, and the DB were all there, and he threw it. It brushed the linebacker's ass, and the other guy, 3 people, in between 3 people. And it was one of these passes, 25 yards. And it hit him right. Lazard was right there, and it hit him right in the stomach. It was
Rodgers.
But his passes are so uniquely great.
Yeah.
I want to see this pass over and over and over because I feel like it's not talked about enough because I keep talking about Mike Williams not running the right route. And that kid, I'm sorry, you played yourself out at sports. Not at sports, but like in the Chargers, you had a lot of crucial jobs.
Yeah. I mean, there was a stretch there where he was the man.
Yeah, but he had a lot of drops too. You know what I mean?
I drafted him a couple times. There was a lot of drops.
There was a lot of drops, and you know what? They shouldn't have let him go because you have some drops. You know what? You got to go. And then not running the right route is not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so people are like, oh, he shouldn't have called him out. The kid's been in the league since 2017. this man, 2017. You gotta run the right route.
I'm not a
gotta
fan.
run the.
I
Look, call him
understand.
out. Call him out. Call him out on the bullshit, man.
Right.
So what? He's a
But
veteran
if you
now.
you call him out after the play's done on the sideline. You go up to him and you fucking if it's gonna play out, let it play out for the cameras. Don't let it play out for the press conference. Let it play out for them to make their assumptions. You see him and he's sitting on the bench and you're going up to him and you're telling him as a leader, you got to run the right route. How many times did we get over that? You got to do better. I'm here for you if you need me to run this play with you over the next practice, over and over and over again, but don't ever let that shit happen again. But that's what a leader does.
That wasn't a drop. That was, you ran the wrong route.
That is a no. But you still
were like 7 yards off from where you should have been.
You're in your 6th game as the quarterback of the Jets. What makes you think that you could just run around and throw people under the bus like that? That's another reason why I think he got Salah fired. You're comfortable enough to throw your receiver, unless he knew Davante Adams was coming before that press conference, and he was like, I'm throwing this guy. He's not going to be here for long. You know what I'm saying? But now, if you're not Davante Adams, as a wide receiver, I'm like, that's great. Garrett Wilson, they're like, yo, he's quick to throw him under the bus. What if I make a mistake?
Oh, man, they got a weed handshake and everything like that. They're good, man.
Who got a weed handshake?
Garrett Wilson and them, they do something.
I fucking love it. Let's go. Nah, but on some serious shit, though, I don't think that was very professional of them. And like let's get back to the Davante Adams trade. Do you really think, with the troubles that the O-line have, with the fact that they give up the run like crazy, every team's running the ball down their throat, do you think that the wide receiver position is something that they should have traded for, and if it's going to help them win, or do you think that they should have searched elsewhere?
Well, I feel like, I'm not a GM, but I know like trading in season for offensive linemen is harder to do.
Yeah, I mean, they are really scarce. Any good offensive lineman's on a good team right now.
Yeah, so that's harder to get. I think it's going to help them better. I think it might help them in the red zones. Breece Hall he had that great run.
Yeah, no more Breece Hall anytime touchdown scoring bets for me. I'll tell you that much.
So I feel it's going to help him out, and because he doesn't run the fly patterns like Wilson does. Right. If he gives him his open target and he's comfortable with him, with Lazard his number 3 target, I feel it's gonna make his decision making a lot easier for him, not knowing that he's not, because he didn't have a lot of time.
So you're gonna put Davante Adams in the slot and just have him fucking
not come over, but just he'll be in the slot, but he'll just do an out, or you know, he's not gonna throw him on the end because he's not gonna get his boy killed.
No, you need
he's gonna do the out toward the sideline. He's not gonna do it.
You need somebody that you could get the ball to as fast as possible.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So I said, remember that one week I said he needs like a Julian Edelman.
Oh yeah, Wes Welker or something like that.
That quick, but no,
you get Davante, and not for nothing, Davante Adams does love to take off. Yeah. I've seen deep bombs. It's going to be him and Garrett Wilson. One person is going to get moved to a position that they don't want to be in. I'm telling you now. I called the Robert Salah fire. I'm going to call this now. December dysfunction amongst the Jets receiving corps. It's not going to be known, but you're going to hear the rumblings. Oh, this guy's not happy. Oh, this guy's not happy. I'm hearing sources. Sources are going to be saying,
think so?
December receiver dysfunction. And that's a New York Post headline right there. I think so. And guess what? They picked up Davante Adams. What did the Bills do? Same day. Amari Cooper.
Yep.
Amari Cooper had an amazing season last year.
And
amazing season.
Even the second game? The game I played you in fantasy that week.
Yeah.
He went off.
Baby.
I was like, really? Yeah, 1 week he went off this week.
The only good game Deshaun Watson had, and they only threw passes to fucking Amari Cooper.
Yeah. I was like, all right, yeah. Ended with like 27 fantasy points. I was like, come on.
I love it. And the fact that the Bills really have no at the point they had Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, they had that kid Shakir.
Yeah,
they didn't really have a fucking receiver like they had like a Stephon Diggs. I think Amari Cooper is more of a grown man, mature receiver. He's not going to cause a fuss on the sidelines. If you're on the Browns for multiple seasons and you're not bitching,
and then you got to upgrade,
you know what I mean? Oh wait, and then he put something on the whatchamacallit on the internet, which was something like along the lines of moving a rust or something about rust,
Oh,
move a rust or something like that.
I seen that. Yes.
Boy, he's gonna be eating in Buffalo. And guess who has him on his fantasy team? I said, guess.
I see James Cook back. That's it. I need him back. He was ready to go, but now
James Cook with
NFL, he didn't play.
No, but he had like 2 rushing touchdowns last season. He has like 6 or 7 this season, bro.
The extra game, man, it babysits league teams now. Like, all right, you know what? We got this extra game and stuff. Let's send him out. He was ready to go. The team was like,
nah,
chill.
Fall back.
Chill, yeah.
Man.
What do you know about my fantasy team?
Nothing, motherfucker. Yeah. Play him, son. You got to get dubs out here. You know, the Jets are playing the Steelers, which also have an interesting situation going on over there.
What's going on there, man? You don't like winning?
I don't understand why they even have 2 quarterbacks to begin with. If you're going to put your eggs in the basket, and it was such a cheap price for Justin Fields, so I get it. They give us like a 4th round draft pick or something like that, which again, as a Giant fan, I was fucking sick to see. Why not give up a 4th round draft pick on a maybe? Who as a backup? We have Drew Lock. All right, forget it. I could get caught up in this all the time. Let's get back to the Steelers. You have Russell Wilson. You have Justin Fields.
And you're 4-2.
And you're 4-2. So now for even Mike Tomlin to say, what did he say he was signing along to? Oh, Russell Wilson's in consideration.
But yeah, he's practicing with the first team.
And he has him practicing with the first team. You're either going to have Russell Wilson go in. There's certain things that could happen. He could play good, right? They could continue winning. They could play bad, and they continue starting Russell Wilson and lose confidence.
But, like, I seen a meme today, too, saying, like, Mike Tomlin likes being 500 for so long, and then likes to make the playoffs with just barely over 500. Be 4-2. Keep what's working, except George Pickens ain't catching.
Doesn't he have, like, 12 winning seasons in a row or something stupid like that? Yeah, but...
You're ruining...
chemistry.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because I feel like George Pickens is not happy, and that's why they're making this move.
But they're winning.
Yeah. But
who the fuck cares if you're not happy? You know what I mean? I got Pat Fryermuth on my fantasy team. He ain't doing much. Who's getting the ball? It has to be...
Well, Najee Harris just got his first...
touchdown last week. Yep. Oh, we know Justin Fields is rushing for touchdowns. Can Russell Wilson rush for touchdowns? He probably would run, but I don't think he has the same agility as a young Justin Fields does.
Yeah.
I just think, here's what I think is going to happen. If they do start him, it's going to, Justin Fields is on like a kind of like a confidence, you know, like high. You don't want him to lose that just in case Russell Wilson comes in and starts shitting the bed again. You want him to maintain that confidence. Yeah. Take me out if I'm doing bad, coach. Take me out if I'm playing like shit. You got another A there? All right, fine. He's going to be an A whether I fuck up or not. But don't take me out to put this fucking guy in when I'm playing amazing football. And then he starts shit in the bed. You're going to come back to me? My confidence might be shot.
Bro, when's the trade football deadline? It's a weird...
couple weeks.
Yeah, so maybe they're like, okay, maybe we could see what we can get away, what we have and what we can give away.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So now run both quarterbacks before the trade deadline. See which one you're going to keep and which one you're going to get rid of. There's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks.
Giants. Hello.
I don't want none of them motherfuckers, bro.
You wouldn't take Justin Fields right now?
For a 4th round draft pick.
Well, that's what they all are now. You know what I mean? That's what they all are.
The Raiders need a fucking quarterback more than we do. There's going to be Miami, depending on it.
Well, look at that, too. Well, Tom Brady's the freaking minority owner now.
10%. How is he going to broadcast if there's a list of things he can't do? Listen. You can't be at practices. You can't criticize the other team. How are you going to broadcast if you can't play? That was a terrible play.
Well, I'm thinking, I haven't done my research, but I feel like maybe because you do it at most of the NFC games on Fox,
right?
That you don't really touch AFC. I know even sometimes they do. Maybe he won't get those games no more.
Right, but now I don't think you're allowed to. There's probably stipulations in his contract.
You can't gamble no more.
You can't. I mean, shit. He gambled his family away on his last fucking... If there's any gambling man, it's him. You know what I mean? But I say that to say this. There's a lot of things he can't do. Where is he going to find the room? Because he could broadcast. He could sit there and say, that was a nice catch. That was a nice throw. That was a nice catch. But that's not what broadcasting is. Broadcasting is, that's a terrible... Look at John Sterling with the Yankees. yesterday. I was listening to the game. I say that to say this. We're going to get to the NL and the ALCS later. But he said, the Yankees are running the bases like a bunch of drunks. You know what I mean? If you can't criticize teams like that, if you don't have the freedom to criticize teams like that, why are you even there? For the face?
Well, if you listen to him anyway, he doesn't say much anyway. Like, you ever hear him talk?
Yeah.
It's Kevin Burkhardt saying
Everything.
million things, and then he goes, yeah, back in my day, I do the same play, but make it a little out route. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He doesn't really contribute, like, he's an X and O guy. So I guess you're not really talking about with players, I guess, if you're just talking about X and O's and, like, what you know. I feel.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he should be there. He's not there for a personality. He does have a personality, don't get me wrong, but he's not like a Jason Kelsey where you go and he could like steal the attention in the room. You know what I mean? When you ask him questions, he has that energy. He's like a cool, more suave kind of fucking dude.
Like,
you know?
when Tony Romo first came, I thought it was kind of mind-blowing. Like, when he first came in and he was like, okay, this play is going to happen right now.
Yeah, he was.
And that was kind of like, this is amazing.
Right.
Now you watch it, I'm like, all right, guy. Hold up. Please. No. Let the play develop, and I mean, watch it, please.
Right.
He's
falling in way too far in advance. You're like, that's why God.
It was amazing when it first happened, but now you're just doing it every play now, and it's kind of like,
yeah. That's why, like me and you do, we stick to the Manning cast and NFL Red Zones on Sundays.
At least Bob Costas is off radio, dude. Right now, I mean TV.
Let's not get to that yet.
Let's not get to that. We're not talking about. I don't want to talk about him.
Yeah, please, because I can't fucking deal with him, honestly. So yeah, we got the Steelers, right? Yeah, so that's a big conundrum for them. What would you do if you were Mike Tomlin?
Stay with what's working.
Stay with what's working, right?
Yeah, like Pickens is a jerk off. I feel
another diva receiver.
Yeah, and he's trying to get out of there. He's like, man, winter's coming in. I don't want to be in Pittsburgh in the winter.
It's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough out there. It's rough out there in the winter, man.
So I don't know. The way he just answers questions. He answered the question the other day. I was like, this is not cool, man. That's not very professional. Talking about past receivers that are Steeler legends. Like, I wasn't there. You know what he say? I didn't play back then. You know what I mean? It was just
no respect.
Ignorant. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan.
No respect whatsoever.
Yeah, and I feel like they're trying to cater to him.
That's what you tend to do when to them, that's their stud. That's their number one guy there. That's the guy that they drafted. So they're going to try to cater to him. Especially like if you're a receiver now, you're coveted. You know what I'm saying? You're coveted.
You
want to make him happy because you don't want to lose him. So I could see that maybe playing a part into why they would want to make the move to Russell Wilson. Yeah, I could see that.
Russell Wilson always threw a better ball, but he also throws a lot of interceptions too. All right, it's been too much.
Hold on, Jets, Steelers. Who do you think win?
Oh my God, Jets.
Jets by a lot?
I think so.
Do you really have that much faith in Davante Adams coming here changing the whole dynamics of the team?
No, I just seen, I forgot his number. Besides that one offensive lineman, they didn't play horrible. I think it was number 78. He had that arm brace on. He was getting killed left and right.
Penalty after penalty, bro.
Yeah, but I just feel offense looked a little stronger.
Right.
And like Breece Hall should have broke that tackle. He had a 47-yard run and then one guy to beat, and it was just.
Do you think with the addition of Amari Cooper that the Jets have a chance to win the division?
It is what it is now. So now they're 2 back, right?
Right.
So I think they might finish like a game. I think that game might
fuck them up in the long run. The Bills game.
I feel like they're right. They're right where they are. Bills are like 1 game better than the Jets.
Because now the Bills are playing the Titans.
Yeah. Who's the Titans quarterback?
Will Levis.
No, didn't he get carried off in a stretcher or something like that?
Bro, well, did he?
He got something.
Is it Mason Rudolph?
Yes.
Either way, that is the Bills they don't have that hard of a schedule. They got the Titans next. They have Calvin Ridley, who literally just is on the team just for cosmetic purposes, bro. Had a 1,000-yard season last year and 7 targets, 1 reception for 9 yards.
Yeah, they asked him, was like, hey, well, how about those 7 targets? He's like, wait, I was involved in the offense? Like, if you look at those 7 targets, I watched it over. They were all like batted at the line of scrimmage, hit the ground before him. So,
just not nowhere near him.
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, if I'm a wide receiver like that, my same thing we mentioned a week or two ago with Keenan Allen, man. Like, you just come off a team, you have 1,000-yard season, you're the focal point of the team, then you go there, you understand you're gonna be battling with D-Hop for receptions, but to be an afterthought, and you go in there, you can't have that much faith in Will Levis. You know what I mean? You ain't going there pumped like you're going there to play for Caleb Williams or something. Yeah, I'm going to play for Will Levis, son. He loves mayonnaise, bro.
On his hot dogs.
Just a weird dude. You know he's gonna fucking throw a couple interceptions and miss you.
He's got some weird facial expression. He's like Eli Manning. His facial expressions on the sideline. Man. He's got like the
motherfucker looks like Dolph Lundgren. His name is.
Yeah, it was a bandana and shit.
Yeah, man. But I could see that happening. Calvin really beefing at some point with the organization and being like, "Yo, you're gonna have to
get me the hell." Yeah, give me.
You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a lot of fucking beef. Speaking of beef, man, what's up with your man Dante Divincenzo, man?
Can you tell me about it? Because I watched the video like 7 times, and I still don't know what the beef is about. I seen him getting involved with Jalen Brunson's dad, yelling at Thibs at the free throw line, but I don't know what the hell the beef's about.
To be honest, I don't even know what the beef is about. We're probably never going to find out what the beef is about, but there was a lot of misconceptions about what was said at the free throw line. So they said that Divincenzo looked at the bench and said, "Thanks for the trade. Thanks for the trade." And apparently he said he did not say that. What he was saying to Thibs was, "This is what happens when you run the show." Right?
Okay.
And he basically what happens is Divincenzo's salty because he got traded out of New York. We tried our best to keep him. It's documented. But the Timberwolves were not giving up Karl Anthony Towns without Divincenzo part of that trade. Obviously, Karl Anthony Towns is a better fit for the Knicks than Divincenzo. So he got salty. He got upset. Now, what happened with Rick Brunson was Rick Brunson said to him, "That was some sucker shit you did."
Talking about Thibs?
He told Divincenzo that was some sucker shit you did. He said, "I wasn't even talking to you. I was talking to Thibs." So now he's obviously holding a grudge towards Coach Thibodeau because they traded him out of New York. But this is a business, bro. Like there's one thing I can understand having personal feeling. Then they asked Julius Randle. They said, "What do you feel about it? Like, what do you think happened?" He said, "That was something that was personal. That was personal. I can't really speak on it." He's fostering feelings. Is that the way?
Sounds about right.
Sounds about whatever the case may be. If it's not right, let me know. But yeah, like he's holding on to a grudge because he got traded out of New York. But it's a business, dude. You can't be coming. Now you're gonna get dogged every time we play you. We gave you a nice tribute.
Well, we're gonna do that anyway.
We gave you a tribute video.
It's preseason. I
didn't like that either.
You gotta hold that shit.
You gotta hold that shit for unless we don't play Minnesota at home.
Don't we play?
I didn't check the schedule.
Everybody at home. You have to.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think we see we don't see the Lakers at home every year.
Yes,
we don't see
we don't. Once a year.
Nah.
Every year. They play the Lakers every year around like January.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't think there's no way we see every 32 teams.
They want every team, every superstar to see every big city.
We're gonna Google that shit when we end this.
Somebody else tell us. Chime in. Let
us know.
I'm pretty sure that the Lakers play at the Garden every like January or February. I'm pretty sure.
I'm using the Lakers as an example. Golden State don't play at the Garden every year.
No.
Hell no.
They played last year.
Hell, they played yesterday and played the year before.
You sure?
Positive.
See, I don't know.
Maybe I'm not positive. I'm not positive.
They have to.
No. I don't see that happening. I don't see that.
You tell me I have to play. I got to play the Hornets 4 times, but you tell me I
can see the East Coast teams we play twice. Right?
Yeah.
So you got to figure there's 86, there's 80 games, let's just say, we're going to Google this shit after. I'm not going to sit here and bore y'all with math that we don't know and fucking shit that we're just going to fucking guess about anyway, right? Truth is, Divincenzo's mad at Coach Thibs because Coach Thibs traded him. He has to understand that this shit is a business. I wish him the best of luck in Minnesota, but keep that bullshit in Minnesota,
now, do you think Rick Brunson gets involved in way much more stuff than he does?
Good.
You want him
this is New York, baby. You don't let nobody disrespect your coach like that. I don't care if you're my son's best friend. That was some sucker shit. He was right. You have a gripe, like I was saying with Aaron Rodgers. If you have a gripe, call me on the phone. I'll put you 3-way on the phone with Thibs. We could talk it out like grown men. We're not kids. This isn't social media. This isn't, I'm mad, let me go to Facebook and say, oh, I thought my friends were my friends. Now they tweeted me. Nah, that's not how it works, bro. You know what I mean? If you feel some type of way, let me explain to you. He might not know the details behind it. He might not know that Minnesota would not give us what we needed.
Well, you had to know that eventually, right?
I mean, after the trade details were released and everything like that, but we could have had Karl Anthony Towns at last season and we didn't want to give up Divincenzo. We waited up until the very last minute to add him to that trade. We tried to give up Mitchell Robinson like 8 times. Poor Mitch, who's going to hold it down, who was on his way to being Defensive Player of the Year last season before his injury. Averaging 3 blocks a game. Really playing fucking muscled up like this. You know? And I hate this. I hated to see Divincenzo go, but it is part of the game.
Yeah, he'll be missed.
He will be missed too. But the East, you know, you got Paul George. And Philly, they bulked up. Paul George already has a bruised knee. Fucking Embiid's talking about not wanting to play back-to-back games for the rest of his career, like the big ass.
Ooh. Well, what's an NBA commissioner? Was it David Silva?
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver.
Like,
imagine him saying that out loud. Like, I feel like when you're trying to sell tickets, now people are gonna be like, "What's this?" Like, oh, he's playing a back-to-back night, so I'm not going to take my kid to go see him play that night.
Also, there's some kind of shit, right? Isn't there like a rule that was just passed that you can't rest players? There's like a rule that came out last year that you're not allowed to rest a certain amount of players just off a GP. You can't just say, oh, players rest. They have to be a legitimate injury, and it has to be announced before the game unless you get fined. The Mavericks got fined for it, if I'm not mistaken, because they sat Kyrie, they sat Luka, they sat everybody towards the end of the season, right before the playoffs. And they didn't announce why, and they got fined for it. What kind of exception is that? Yeah. Like, oh, he's playing today? Knee soreness. He's playing today? Knee soreness. Like, come on now, bro. I ain't complaining because fuck him. I'm a Knicks fan. He took out Mitchell Robinson by the ankles. He's the reason why.
He did not get suspended is beyond me. Even though we beat him anyway,
It's really nuts that he didn't get suspended for that. But still, regardless of the fact, like, he's the reason why this like I said, this Karl Anthony Towns, Divincenzo, Isaiah Hartenstein leaving. A lot of pieces played into all of it. But if he don't play back-to-back games, who's complaining?
Yeah.
I hope I'm not going to say nothing. It is what it is, man. But yeah, another thing I just want to mention while we're still talking about basketball is ESPN and their disrespect of the New York Knicks. It is ridiculous, bro. Jalen Brunson, 11th best player in the NBA, behind Wembanyama, who played 1 season. Like, you got to put some respect on the kid's name.
You got to earn your stripes.
You got to earn your stripes, my dude. Then they have the Knicks with, like, I don't know if the numbers are correct, but like a 63 or a 66% chance to make the playoffs. They have the Heat at 90% chance to make the playoffs. With no acquisitions in the offseason?
I was going to say, did they pick somebody up that I don't know about?
Nothing.
So Tyler Hero?
What is happening here? Where's the level of disrespect from ESPN is crazy. It's blatant.
That's like the Pat Riley love, right? Or something like that.
At least Pat Riley, he coached the Knicks. He comes from
I'm just trying to figure out, I'm trying to make sense of the whole situation.
It's impossible to make sense of it. Impossible. It's just blatant disrespect and hate for the Knicks. So we make, we're the
third best team to win the championship in, like, sportsbook wise, right?
And we have 66% chance to make the playoffs, bro. Like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Make that make sense, right? What is that?
Yeah. Make that make sense.
Yeah.
Send me to your dispensary, bro. I want to go where you're going. Right before you wrote that article, whoever came up with the rankings, I want to go to that dispensary because y'all are bugging out.
I know it ain't Perkins because I know Perkins has love for the Knicks.
Big Perk.
Yeah.
Big honorary Nick, bro.
And Stephen A. Smith, he can stay out of this one too.
Yeah, Stephen A. Man, I love Stephen A.
He jumps on, but he jumps off.
Stephen A. We got a spot for you right under the TV, right here. We would love to.
No, you can Zoom you. On Zoom.
Zoom, TV, whatever the case may be. We would love to have you on the show, debate with us, talk shit. I want to ask you a couple questions about your Knick fandom, but that's a different story. We're not going to get into that right now. You know what I'm saying? You want to get into a little...
We have to, man, because you know what? It's almost that time.
Oh, yeah, buddy. We got another 15 minutes before the Mets start. Game 3, right?
So I'm good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So let's run. Speaking. All right.
So about your team. So
fair enough.
You went, right? You went.
I did. I went to game one. Game one
Yeah.
of the ALCS. I mean, the place was rocking. The place
Cold
was
as balls, though. No.
cold. It was the first cold day of the year. And I undersold it like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, you know, it's not that cold. You know, I'll wear a hoodie. I was fucking freezing in that ball.
Did you buy something new?
No,
Oh, no.
just, you know, those vodka lemonades.
There you go. Shout out Rock.
Shout out to Rock with the Rock lemonades. That kept me warm, but such a good game. Such a good game. I do have to say that I'm not really happy with the way we're playing. A lot of mistakes on the base path. Base running mistakes, a lot of we're not hitting as much as I would like. Like, hopefully this home run by Aaron Judge gets us the momentum going. But when you have like Jazz Chisholm not hitting, you have Austin Wells not hitting, you have, and that's a cleanup hitter. You have Glaber getting on always. You have Soto doing what Soto does. Then you have Aaron Judge coming up, striking out, flying out. Then you have Austin Wells coming in.
3 strikes.
Three strikes.
Yeah.
As soon as he comes up, 0-2 in the box.
And then the third strike is always a high fastball.
High fastball. It's fucking and then you get back into the swing. Then you have Giancarlo Stanton, who's hitting. Then after him, you have Jazz Chisholm not hitting. Then you have Verdugo hitting. You know what I mean?
Is Verdugo hitting?
Yeah, he's driving in runs.
Volpe had a nice hit.
Volpe's hitting again. You know what I mean? So I would just like to see more consistency. A lot less mistakes on the base running mistakes, bro. What is this? Little league, bro? You know what I'm saying? We need to slow down. I know we're excited. I know we're pumped. We're up 2-0. This is baseball.
Well, I feel like the competition is not. I feel like you guys lucked out not facing Detroit Tigers. This team is not scary, man. Like, I'm not scared of Bo Naylor and.
Of course not.
I'm
happy
just saying,
that we're playing
like,
Cleveland.
Their pitching staff is not scary.
But I get it, and I get that we're not playing the
But you're playing well enough.
Competition, but it's also a 7-game series. You never know what can happen in a 7-game series.
You might get those Nats again, right? What was it?
Oh,
last time you
Jabba Chamberlain shit?
Yeah, what was it? Nats?
It was Nats.
Nats, right?
It
was Nats, yeah.
Yeah. That was the craziest thing I ever seen. But still, nonetheless, like, it's like 7-game series. Anything can happen in baseball. You could go cold. You could be the best team. How about the Phillies? Best team in baseball. The Mets smacked them up. 3 games. Boom. Anything can happen in 3 games. 7-game series is a lot different.
Yeah.
We've only lost 1 game in the playoffs so far. You know what I mean? I think we're playing, our bullpen has been lights out, which is like literally before the playoffs started. I told you that was my number 1 concern. What was bullpen?
But that was, you didn't even have that guy as your closer at the time, right? Weaver?
I think we started moving him into that position towards the end of the season.
This guy looks better too as a center.
Clay Holmes, bro.
He looks way better.
I gotta reel in my Clay Holmes in a little bit, bro, because he's putting in that work.
Yeah.
It's crazy how he was just like melting as the closer, bro. I guess it was like the pressure. He's like, I don't have to worry about that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I could just, middle relief, go in, get myself 5 outs, and I don't have to worry about it. Tim Hill, Tommy Canley.
Canley, that's it, yeah. I was thinking of his name in my head.
Tommy Canley, we are doing what we're, and then Luke Weaver, bro. The kid is an assassin. The kid is an assassin. What's his, the Ferocious Jungle Cat.
What?
That's his nickname. The Ferocious Jungle Cat.
Who gave him that?
He gave it to himself. It's so good. They were interviewing him after we won the ALDS. And he said, they were like, what happens to you? He goes, I just black out and I turn into a ferocious jungle cat. He's so good.
How old is he?
He's young. He was born in, like, if I'm not mistaken, 96.
Yeah.
He's a kid. He's a kid, man. But, listen.
He's stepping up in the biggest moment.
What a fucking genius does Boone look like, though? Just switching him.
Yeah.
Just switching him. You know what I mean? Solved all our problems just from taking Luke.
And listening to your headaches.
Bro.
Listen to you. This guy is complaining to me all the time about how he wanted to jump off a roof.
Oh, my God, man.
I had to pull him back.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Look, now you're 2 wins away from the World Series.
2 wins away from the World Series, man. And I just got to keep. I try not to count all my chickens before they hatch. 2 games. We've been here before.
But you guys don't have a bullpen game, right? You got your starters set up, right? You don't got none of that bullshit.
No. I mean, Nestor Cortez is coming back. So they're saying that for the World Series, if we do make it, we'll have to fix him, work him back into the rotation.
Would you want to do that this far?
I personally, I'll see people like that. I would put him in relief.
Yeah.
Put him in relief. He's good, but also, I mean, what do we have going on? We got Clark Smith, Rodon, Garrett Cole, and then you have to start working into a fourth starter, 7-game series.
We made Stroman made the list.
What I mean? Stroman made the list, but bro, listen, man.
He's gonna be pitching with the Push Ice on and the Durag.
Yeah. Austin Wells Durag is coming back, baby. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's talk about the Mets, though, man. How you feeling, bro? Seriously, because I know you give it to us straight.
All right. First game, I felt like we shit the bed.
Right.
Not because we lost the game. We weren't hitting Flaherty. But putting us behind the 8-ball with Senga is not what I wanted. No Met fan really wanted that.
Right.
You're going to battle him back in, like inch him back in every game by game just to make him ready for the World Series. And he still couldn't be able to pitch a whole game.
Right.
And it's annoying because now we're up. Now we're tied 1-1. But I felt like we didn't even give ourselves a chance in game 1. And people are like, oh, but now we have our team set up for 6 and 7 with the pitching that we want.
Right.
But then I look at the Tigers losing to the Guardians. They had Skubal, and they beat him. So, like, the pitching, I just felt like I want a better showing in game 1.
Right.
On the road, besides showing us this guy, and he only gave us, like, an inning.
So what was more important, winning a game on the road or winning game 1?
I wanted both.
Right.
But I feel like we didn't have the chance.
Right.
Because you were already down 2-0 in the first inning. And it bothers me. Even though we weren't hitting Flaherty, but I feel you just get deflated right off the bat.
It is.
When you see Sean Manaea going the day before, the day after, and mowing down, I think he had 7 Ks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Start with that. That was on the regular day rest.
Right.
And now everybody's a little off.
No, I feel you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you have to travel.
Yeah, but this guy, what's his name? He's pitching tonight. I'm sorry. Can't think of his name right now. Saravino. He left a day early. He left a day early, and he went back to the team. He wore the Sean Manaea paint thing in the airplane, I heard. I'm like, oh, I'm pumped up now. Right. So I'm getting excited. We got like 20 minutes till the game starts.
I was kind of salty. I was listening to the Yankee game on the radio last night, and for like 2 innings straight, they were talking about the Mets.
Yeah.
Severino and how, he's changing the dynamic.
Bader.
Yeah.
Bader don't get no burn.
You know what I mean? And I can't lie, man. Like I said, you can't count out the Mets at all, bro. At all.
Everybody's like, oh, when is this guy gonna come out of his slump, Ohtani? Bro, like, I don't know, like, we're pitching him well, and everybody's pitching him well. They probably right now he's doing like a Judge. Like he has that 1 home run, and that's it.
Yeah.
But he just did it in the beginning, and Judge did it at the end. You know what I'm saying? So like, it is what it is right now. So don't like show his stats what he did in the regular season.
That's that dick riding.
Oh my Lord.
That's that Ohtani dick riding, bro. They can't leave it alone.
Oh, it's sad.
So you got 3 games coming up in a row, right?
Yeah.
Is it today, tomorrow, and Friday?
Yep.
Today, tomorrow, and Friday. How many do you think you take? You want to take all 3, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. Well, our friend Katie is coming in. She's going to the game on Friday.
I know. I'm going to miss her, man.
So they're going to win Friday for her.
Definitely.
And Josh, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And I think tonight, we're good. I think this little cold spell might be a kick in the face to these guys, to LA.
Oh, actually, like the actual weather.
Actual weather. It might hurt them a little bit.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
I would hope so. That's what my mentality is like. Maybe they might get a little shock when they come off the plane and it's freaking cold.
Well, you have Freddie Freeman played in Atlanta. You have Mookie Betts. He played in Boston.
Yeah, but not for how many years ago was that?
Yeah, but
Ohtani's played in LA.
Yeah, Ohtani probably, he ain't probably fucking with it.
Kike. My girl corrected me because I was saying, oh, look, it's Kiki. She's like, no, it's Kike. And look at the little thing on top. Do you love me? So,
Kike.
He's Puerto Rican.
Wepa.
Right? So he's not used to the cold weather.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just wishful thinking my way to Mets to make this an easy win tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're going to win or that's true or but that's my mentality as my Met fan right now.
We can start talking about, it's a real, depending on tonight, I'm going to let tonight go. But after tonight, we could really start talking about a Subway Series World Series.
Boom.
As a Yankee fan, I'm going to keep it funky with you.
24 years in the making?
I'm going to keep it funky with you as a Yankee fan. A lot of Yankee fans listening to this probably ain't going to like what I say, but the Mets are probably the last team I want to see in the World Series. Only because of momentum. Baseball momentum. Momentum in baseball is everything. The way you beat the Brewers, the way you beat the Phillies, and then you go and beat the fucking Dodgers, that momentum is going to be like a fucking freight train.
Yeah.
I thought after game 1, I was like, damn, son, the Dodgers just crushed the Mets momentum. Game 2, 6 runs in the first inning. I said, oh my
lead off
God.
home run, Lindor. Lead off home run, Lindor.
I was like, you can't count these motherfuckers out. Yeah. But I do not want to see y'all in the World Series. I'm growing more confident as a Yankee fan. You do not want our bats to start waking up, Judge to start hitting, them to start pitching around. They intentionally walked Juan Soto yesterday to get the Judge. Judge was like, these motherfuckers, bro.
That pop-up.
Oh, yeah. But then, yeah. And it's funny because it happened once before in Chicago against the White Sox. And they asked him how he felt about it. He said, that shit pissed me the fuck off. Then they asked him again yesterday. He was like, it didn't bother me that much. You lying ass motherfucker. You know that shit got you mad. I'd be tight. And then when he hit that home run, he was like, yeah, motherfucker. I was
talking to my girl and I'm like, I feel like there's a fan going in when they hit some balls going to outfield and that shit was just...
Oh, come on.
I'm all dead center and that shit was just like...
Yeah.
Like, wait, I made it out?
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
They switched the ball.
I don't know what they did.
Yo, remember they did that shit not too long ago in the playoffs? They switched the baseballs and they were just hitting. How is that even a thing? How is that not spoken about? And how is that even possible? There was like 2 balls. One was lighter. The cork was made different. They're like, oh, we want more home runs in the playoffs. You silly motherfuckers, bro.
The seams were different for the pitchers and stuff. So they couldn't grip their curveball.
Who won that? Was it the Nationals who won that World Series? You need to put an asterisk next to that shit.
Well, that was right after the COVID one anyway, right?
Yeah, that Dodgers won that shit.
That was the COVID one, I think, the year after, right?
Fucking experimental world championships. The fuck out of here with that. But yeah, I say that to say this. I wish you the best of luck. I know we text each other. You know, we got nothing but love for each other. We don't shit on each other's teams. But in case of a World Series, Subway Series.
Well, I guess we're going to be watching it from a bar because I seen the Mets pre-sale tickets today.
I told you. I called you. Standing room only. I looked up SRO, Pinstripe Pass, World Series, $844 fucking dollars.
The promenade for Citi Field is like $1,585.
Oh, goodness.
So I didn't check the standing room, but I just checked the top promenade and it was over like $1,200, $1,500, something crazy.
I went to game 1 of the ALCS. You want to know how much I paid for my ticket? $135.
There you go.
Why do you go from $135 to $844? That is ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous.
Not even getting a seat.
Hell no. Yo, with that being said, I'm going to be selling a bunch of my stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're a size 9 in sneakers.
This laptop you see right here?
Yeah. For sale. You need a fucking podcast arm? I got you, bro. Nah, man. But yeah. So, yeah, that's about it. I mean, we covered everything else. You know, what you got cracking this weekend besides watching sports?
Just sports, man.
That's it.
Well, today's what? Wednesday? Uh-huh. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm booked.
Right.
You know, what do you got? I know you got something going on, right?
Yeah, I'm actually going out to Montreal. It's NYCFC, New York City Football Club Decision Day, which is a big day. It's every
so what
team.
Is that?
So
what is Decision Day? Let us know.
So basically, at the end of the season, every team plays on the same day. And
at the same time?
Well, I don't know about now. There might be one game earlier. But I
guess like West Coast is different.
Yeah, it's either one game earlier, but they all play at 6:00. And there's a lot of scenarios. If this team, for instance, NYCFC scenario is if we win at Montreal and Orlando loses, we clinch home field advantage for the first round. Or
is that a possibility?
It is a possibility.
Very good.
Very good possibility.
Okay.
Very good possibility. Or if we win at Montreal, Orlando draw, and we own the tiebreaker against Orlando.
Okay.
So we could use home field. I mean, home field advantage.
Where would it? Red Bull?
Yeah, Red Bull Arena. Unless, I'm not going to say nothing. I ain't going to
I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking.
I'm not going to do it. I ain't going to do it.
So if they both make it, just say, we won't say the names.
Right.
And it automatically goes to Red Bull?
Automatically Red Bull Arena.
So there's no...
If both of them make it, automatically Red Bull Arena.
Okay. So they wouldn't be like the day off.
No, if one don't make it, it'll be at either or. But if this situation, the first home game is going to be an away game. I mean, the first playoff game is going to be an away game. I don't know who we're facing at the time, but we'll figure it out on Saturday, won't we?
Yeah, decision day, right? That's what it's not just a clever name.
So I'm flying out to Montreal tomorrow. I'm going to be watching the Yankees in Canada. I wonder how that's going to turn out. Be watching the Yankees Friday, Canada. Going to be watching the Yankees Saturday.
That's another thing, man. Like, can I give the National League some love? Why do we get the early game again and the Yankees in the American League gets the late game again? They did this on Monday, and they're now doing it to us on Friday.
I have no idea. The only thing I was thinking is because, well, but it's 8:08, isn't it? We start earlier than that. 7:30. We start at 7:30. You guys are starting at 8. You got the later game.
But Friday,
what time's the game?
5 o'clock. You're play at 8:08.
That's weird. Nah, that is weird because you figure a California team.
Yeah, but it's at home. It's at Citi Field.
I'm talking about for the viewing audience. They work and shit.
But it's Yom Kippur.
Ah.
So it's some kind of holiday, I get.
That is true.
I would guess.
Some people probably have off.
But I don't understand is like, why do you get both of them? I know Monday was Columbus Day.
Because we're the fucking Yankees. All right?
I feel like this shit was set and scheduled before the Yankees went there. I feel that shit was set and scheduled before. No matter who made it, they just loved the American League.
This fucking World Series, especially, like, I don't understand that, like, saying that the viewership's not going to be high for the Subway Series World Series.
Let's not talk about it yet. It's not there yet.
And no, I was going to say that to say this. They're saying that this is possibly, like, the best outcome for this playoff scenario. Why wouldn't they want to see Aaron Judge against Shohei Ohtani, his first playoff appearance, first World Series? I feel like that would be much of a draw, too, right?
It'd be the biggest draw, because they don't want us. They want the Japan viewers, man. Yeah. They want Senga. They want all those guys, man.
Makes sense.
They want to play, the first 2 games of the season are over there in Japan every year.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
They want that viewership. They want that shit to go higher.
Yeah. But, let's dial it back. I'm going to be in Canada for the decision day. I will be. I know we say this a lot. Last time we went to that Nick event, it was hot garbage. I got to watch fucking Vinny from Jersey Shore run up and down the court.
And we bring the boom.
And we bring the Costco boom, baby. They were booming up and down that motherfucker, bro. And so there wasn't really good content there, but I'm going to try my best to get as much content. We're going to start putting up a bunch of content on the social medias. If you guys could share, again, like, subscribe.
Yes, please, man.
Comment, you know what I mean? Do whatever you can to help the algorithm, help us out. It doesn't hurt just to share and like and comment, and we greatly appreciate it.
Let's go a little back and forth, too. Get in the comments. Ask us a question. Let's go back and forth.
Yeah, we dropped some polls. We dropped polls on the on the
come on, man.
Y'all can't interact with the polls, you know what I'm saying?
I know you guys' lives are busy and stuff like that, but,
Yeah.
If you have time to look at it, just say, like, hey, Mets suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or,
say the Mets suck.
Yeah, Mets going to get shut out 9-0.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yo,
that's what I'm going to do, Cole.
Help me help you. Well, thanks for listening to us, guys, man. It's been another great episode.
Wait, hold up. Before we finish.
Talk to me.
Giants-Eagles.
Giants-Eagles
this
on
weekend,
Sunday.
Real quick. What do you say score?
21-17 Giants.
Oof. I say 24-10 Eagles.
$20?
Sure.
I mean, I don't feel bad shaking on this because we're both not that good of a team. And I think Saquon fumbles the fucking football in MetLife, and everybody goes like Nelson Muntz. With that being said, go Giants.
There we go.
Let's go. Cheers to that, my brother.
Man. Have a good
Thanks
weekend.
for fucking riding with us for another episode. We hope
see
you
you
have
soon.
a great weekend. And episode 5 coming the beginning of next week. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one.